there everyone, Ashnflash here. Welcome back to another LEGO Batman comparison video. Today we're going to be looking at every single Mr. Freeze figure that LEGO has ever released to date, all the way back from 2006 until 2019 today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and let's kick things off with the 2006 version. Here is the 2006 version of Mr. Freeze, and this one is just, it's so nostalgic. I can just picture the first ever still of him in the video game, and I know that we had, of course, that came out in 2008, but I don't know, for some reason when I look at these, I think of the video game the most, and because he actually, my first version of him was in 2008, I don't have the Batcave. Like I've mentioned in the past in a lot of videos, 7783, my white whale. But yeah, so he came in a set later on in the Mr. Freeze Ice Buggy. So I really love that, and this is where it's from. So it's really iconic to me. You can see the old space torso piece there being used with some cylinders attached to the back. And if you take this off, you can see that he has some awesome goggle printing there, and it's just so nostalgic. And of course, those lines wouldn't be that color today, but you know, it's really great. And I like this helmet piece as well, being used from oh my goodness, just a bunch of old themes. So really good looking figure, I think. And the torso, however, is just blue, so nothing special going on there. But you know, it doesn't need to be, because he has the cool classic space piece there being used for the torso bulk, I guess. Now fast forward to 2013, where we got our first Mr. Freeze in the DC Superheroes wave of sets. And this is him. We always thought it was kind of based off of Arkham City, I think. That's kind of the feeling that we got with the designs for some of the characters, like Robin specifically, and him here as well. This is the Atlantis piece that they created for that theme in sand blue and translight blue there for the visor. I really like this figure because it's him without goggles for the first time, and I think it would have been really cool if the back head printing actually had goggles. I think that it would have been cool to have that second facial print there. I think that that kind of could have added to the figure, but I like the eyes as well. They're just so icy there. And I love the printing on the torso. I think that that's really cool, and just, it is just so well done, I think. I just realized that I had glue on this because I actually had a decal for a goggles version of him. I just realized that now, but I love the printing and everything on the face, and the back printing there as well looks really cool. This is just such a great looking figure, and I think it really holds up from 2013. And here is the 1966 version of Mr. Freeze, and this was a DC Superheroes promotion. I think it was with purchases over $75. I don't know. You didn't have to buy the Batcave, but I think I bought the Batcave and then I got him from that. So this is based off the 1966 version, so doesn't really mean too much to me. I don't know if I've ever watched an episode with the Mr. Freeze version. But yeah, the neck attachment is just, it's so clunky, but let's take it off. Taking it off, you can see that he's got some more back printing there, so it's a good looking figure, I think, and it fits in well with the 1966 other figures and everything, but you know, I don't think that this is one that you would really use in your day-to-day DC Batman sort of stuff. Now, this is actually from a Juniors set, and surprisingly enough, this is actually my favorite version that we've ever gotten. And I love just the purple gloves right off the bat. This reminds me of the Batman the Animated version. And I like getting the Atlantis piece there in gray. I think that that looks a little bit better and more iconic, I think, for Mr. Freeze. But taking off the helmet, it just, you know, look at the printing on the face. I love the light blue, and I love the goggles here. The goggles design is really awesome. And just, it reminds me of the classic Mr. Freeze figure from 2006, and the torso printing is just outstanding, and it's even got some back head printing as well. I think that's meant to be like bubbles and stuff in his goggles or something, but it just looks really cool. Maybe it's scars actually from his accident, but I think it looks really awesome, and I think that this is my favorite one. Could it have some dual molded boots or different things? For sure, but it is Juniors, and I think that this is just, it's just everything great about Mr. Freeze in my opinion. And then we got Mr. Freeze from the LEGO Batman movie wave of sets, and you know, it's alright. He's using the Red Hood piece there that was actually made for Red Hood and Mr. Freeze for the CMF series and the LEGO Batman movie sets, and it's a pretty bulky torso piece. I like the printing on it and everything, and you know, I don't know, I kind of like this figure. I just don't like how dark his head is. I think it's a little too dark for Mr. Freeze. But taking the torso piece off, you can see there the printing on the torso is really cool with like the ice effect there and the boot printing and everything. That's really, really cool. The back as well. It's just these colors I don't think are something that I really think of when I think of Mr. Freeze, if that makes any sense. And the goggles are really weird. They're not even attached in the middle, but again, this is just like their kind of wacky designs that they made for the Lego Batman movie. But it's just, to me, it's one of the missteps, I think, in terms of their designs. I don't think that it's as good as, per se, like Poison Ivy or anyone, but we're going to move on to the last one now. And here is the final version of Mr. Freeze that we're going to look at today, and if you want to, you could check out the reviews of this set, linked at the end, as well as the actual reviews for all of the summer Batman sets. So it's good. I think I actually really do like the head printing there. I think that it's really detailed, and the goggles look really cool and detailed as well. I think that this is definitely better than some of the printing that we've gotten in the past. And I like that the strap goes around the back. It is a shame. I don't think that they are able to print on the side of the head there. That's why it doesn't continue from side to side. But the torso printing and everything here looks cool. You can kind of see like abs and different things, or maybe it's just a texture on his shirt of like just the difference between the sand blue and the gunmetal gray. But it just looks really cool, and this is actually supposed to be based off of his Rebirth wave. This is actually based off of the Rebirth line of DC Comics, so his most modern and most recent take, I think. And he just uses the fishbowl helmet that was introduced for Mysterio in the Far From Home sets. And, 6 is a pretty good number, I think. It's a lot bigger than a lot of the other villains, but I think he's really iconic, and the Batman the Animated Movie really, I think, shot him into popularity, I would say. And so it's really great to get another one of him, and it's really great to get this many of him. And if the D2C in November does wind up being a Batman-related thing from maybe the old movies with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, it'd be interesting if we do get a figure of him from Batman and Robin. I think that'd be really funny. And yeah, so anyways, everyone, I do want to hear what you guys think in the comments down below. Which ones were your favorites? I'm really interested to find out. For sure, I think my favorite is probably going to be the Juniors one, surprisingly. I think that just looks the coolest with the gloves and the printing on the head and everything, and it feels like the Batman the Animated one. So I really love that one a lot. But anyways, everyone, I hope that you did enjoy the video, and I hope that you all have a great day. I will see you all in the next one.